Hello, my name is Nolan Walsh. I'm going to do my presentation over myth and modernity. I would first like to focus on logos. Versace is a luxury fashion brand whose logo features the head of Medusa, a figure from Greek mythology. Medusa, a gorgon, has snakes for hair and can turn anyone who looks into her eyes to stone. According to myth, the hero Perseus beheaded Medusa and used her head as a weapon, famously turning Atlas to stone. Gianni Versace chose Medusa for the brand's logo because she symbolized a powerful blend of beauty, mystery, and danger, qualities he believed were reflected in his designs. Medusa gave birth to two children upon her death, Pegasus the winged horse and Chrysaor, who is described in various myths as either a man or a monstrous figure. Mobil, an oil and gas company, selected Pegasus as its logo. The image of Pegasus conveys speed, power, and freedom, qualities Mobil wished to associate with its fuels and products. The winged horse also connects to transportation, reinforcing Mobil's role in powering vehicles. The father of Pegasus and Chrysaor is Neptune, Poseidon in Greek mythology, god of the sea, storms, and horses. He is traditionally depicted wielding a trident, which became the iconic logo of Maserati, an Italian luxury car brand. The trident logo was designed by Mario Maserati, inspired by the Neptune statue in Piazza Maggiore, Bologna, where the company was founded. While Neptune is a sea god, the trident represents power, elegance, and movement, aligning with Maserati's image. His link to horses also subtly suggests horsepower, making the trident an apt symbol for a performance car brand. It's worth noting that Medusa and Neptune's myth involves a violent origin. Neptune raped Medusa in Minerva's temple, and Medusa was transformed into a monster as punishment, despite having no control over this encounter, highlighting how classical mythology often carries darker subtexts. Goodyear is a tire company whose logo features a winged foot, drawn from Hermes, the Greek god of speed and travel, known for his winged sandals. This symbol was inspired by a statue located at the home of the Silberling family, Goodyear's founders. The winged foot communicates speed, agility, and efficiency, aligning with Goodyear's tire performance. During World War I, Goodyear supplied aircraft tires, making the winged motif particularly relevant. Goodyear also pioneered vulcanized rubber, which significantly improved tire durability. The process is named after Vulcan, the Roman god of fire and craftsmanship, or Hephaestus in Greek mythology. Just as Vulcan forged powerful tools, vulcanization transforms raw rubber into a resilient, long-lasting material, ideal for high-performance tires. In modern times, the caduceus, a staff with two snakes and wings linked to Hermes, is often used as a symbol of medicine, especially in the US. However, this is a mistaken association. The correct medical symbol is the rod of Asclepius, which features one snake coiled around a staff. Asclepius was the Greek god of healing and medicine, and his rod symbolizes healthcare, treatment, and ethical practice. The mix-up likely originated in the 19th century and became more widespread when the U.S. Army Medical Corps adopted the caduceus in 1902. Despite what these companies' names are, they are not truly directly related to myth. While the company Amazon was not named directly after the mythological Amazons, its name still has roots in ancient legend. The company was named after the Amazon River, which in turn was named by the Spanish explorer Francisco de Orellana. During his 16th century expedition, he claimed to have encountered fierce indigenous women warriors along the river, reminding him of the Amazons from Greek mythology. Although the company's name originates from geography, not mythology, the connection is still meaningful. Like the legendary Amazons, Amazon the company is known for its dominance, strength, and bold expansion. So while the myth didn't directly inspire the brand, the symbolic link to power and fearlessness remains fitting. The luxury fashion house Hermes was named after its founder, Thierry Hermes, and not after the Greek god Hermes. The brand itself has stated that the name is strictly familial and not mythologically inspired. However, the symbolic overlap is hard to ignore. The Greek god Hermes was associated with travel, commerce, and communication, all qualities that resonate with the Hermes brand, which is known for luxurious travel goods, such as the iconic Birkin and Kelly bags. Furthermore, Hermes was the god of merchants, and given the high prices of Hermes products, one could say that mastery of commerce is required to acquire them. While Hermes was not founded with mythology in mind, the association adds a rich and fitting layer to the brand's identity. I would next like to talk about expressions. The expression Achilles' heel comes from Achilles. Achilles was a formidable warrior who was nearly invulnerable. His mother, Thetis, dipped him in the river Styx as a baby to grant him invulnerability, but she held him by the heel, leaving that spot unprotected. This single weakness was exploited by Paris, who struck Achilles in the heel with an arrow, leading to his death. Today, the term Achilles' heel has evolved into a metaphor used to describe a critical vulnerability in an otherwise strong individual, organization, system, or anything else. For example, one might say, I eat healthy, but ice cream is my Achilles heel, meaning that while they are strong in one area, they have a particular weakness that undermines their overall strength. Or on a bigger scale, the Nazis' Achilles heel in World War II was oil, since they had very limited access to it. Kodak's Achilles heel would be their failure to transition from film to digital technology. The expression Titan of Industry comes from the Titans. The Titans were powerful primordial deities who reigned before the Olympian gods. They embody immense strength, power, and influence. Today, the expression a Titan of Industry is used to describe a person who possesses extraordinary power and impact in their field, especially in business or innovation. This metaphor highlights their dominance and influence in shaping their respective industries. You could say that Walt Disney was a Titan of Industry for entertainment, or Jeff Bezos, or even Mark Zuckerberg. The expression too close to the sun comes from Icarus. Now, Icarus and his father Daedalus crafted wings made of feathers and wax to escape imprisonment from King Minos. Daedalus thought that since King Minos had the sea and land blocked off, he would take to the sky and escape with flight. Daedalus warned Icarus not to fly too high, as the wax would melt from the sun's heat, or not too low, as the ocean would dampen the wings. Overcome by the thrill of flight, Icarus flew too close to the sun, causing the wax to melt. His wings fell apart, and he plunged into the ocean, drowning. This myth inspired the phrase, to fly too close to the sun, a cautionary tale about the dangers of reckless ambition and ignoring wise advice. There is a sea called the Icarian Sea named after this. An example would be Enron flying too close to the sun by committing accounting fraud to seem more profitable. Another popular expression is Pandora's box. Pandora was given a box by the gods with strict instructions not to open it. Driven by curiosity, she eventually opened the box, releasing all the evils of the world, suffering, disease, and misery. However, at the bottom of the box remained hope, offering humanity a glimmer of relief. The phrase opening Pandora's box now refers to an action that brings unforeseen problems or complications, often as a result of curiosity or recklessness. Pandora was actually not given a box, but a jar, despite the expression. An example is the invention of the Internet. By opening the box, the Internet revolutionized communication, access to information, and global connection. It unleashed cyberbullying, hacking, identity theft, misinformation, and loss of privacy. The remaining hope is global education, innovation, and human connection. These are some more famous expressions. Midas touch comes from a guy named King Midas. King Midas was granted a wish by the god Dionysus, asking for everything he touched to turn to gold. At first, he was overjoyed by his newfound power, but soon realized the curse of his gift. He could no longer eat, drink, or touch his loved ones without turning them into gold. Desperate, Midas begged Dionysus to remove the curse. Interestingly, later on, Midas thought that Pan was such a better musician than Apollo, so Apollo gave him donkey ears. The myth of Midas touch now refers to someone who turns everything they touch into wealth or success, but it can also imply the negative consequences of pursuing material gain without considering the costs. An example would be saying that Oprah Winfrey has the Midas touch. Her show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, was very popular, and everything Oprah endorsed, such as books and products, became a hit. Oprah has since launched a media empire covering magazines, networks, and publishing. She even has partnered up with food companies to make her own food lines. Another popular word in modern day is narcissistic. Narcissistic comes from a handsome young man called Narcissus. His mother was told to never have Narcissus gaze at himself. As he grew up, he denied many lovers, including a nymph named Echo, who could only repeat the last word spoken. When he rejected her, she went to a cave and withered away, only leaving her voice. Because of Narcissus' pride, he was punished by Nemesis. He fell in love with his own reflection in a pool of water, doing what his mother was warned not to have him do. He was unable to look away. Obsessed with his own beauty, he eventually wasted away, dying by the water's edge. He was transformed into the Narcissus flower. The myth of Narcissus gave rise to the term narcissistic, describing someone who is excessively self-centered or absorbed with their own appearance or qualities. often to the detriment of relationships with others. Being a narcissist is widely considered to be a negative thing. It would not be uncommon for someone to say that they broke up with someone because they were narcissistic and only cared about themselves and not others. The term aphrodisiac comes from Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. She was associated with the powers of attraction and desire. Many plants, animals, and substances were believed to have been given their aphrodisiac qualities by her influence. The term aphrodisiac now refers to anything, be it food, drink, or other substances, that is thought to stimulate sexual desire or enhance attraction, often drawing on the mythological connection to Aphrodite's power over love and passion. Chocolate is considered to be an aphrodisiac because it contains PEA, a compound that promotes the release of endorphins. These are the sources that I used for this presentation. I use these for logos, companies, expressions, and terms. I use ChatGPT to help gain more information. Thanks for watching, and hope you learned some interesting facts about myth and modernity.